is so high. If you don't know how to fly, aim pleasure to make you fly. Sky is so high. If you don't know how to fly, aim pleasure to make you fly. Here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
We are continuing with the food chapter in hospitality. Before that, I had given some homework. Each of you whom I call out will tell me about one cheese that I have asked you to find out. So tell me, tell me about cheddar, Sandhya Naidu. Sandhya Naidu, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Did you do your homework?
No, ma'am. Actually, I was not well, so I didn't do it.
No excuse. Airline doesn't accept any excuses, please. Neither does Hotel Lines. It
Okay,
just
ma'am.
takes you 5 minutes to do this homework. I'm sure you are awake. You are watching TV. You're having your dinner and lunch. No
No, ma'am.
excuses.
It's like fever.
Okay. Okay. Excuse you, but no excuses next time. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, Veena,
ma'am.
just
Thank you.
Veena, give me a list of the cheeses that I told
Yes,
you.
ma'am. It's first one is Gruyere, then mozzarella,
Gruyere.
mozzarella,
Mozzarella.
cheddar, parmesan, roquefort,
Yes.
feta cheese,
Yes.
emmental cheese,
Yes. Emmental.
Gouda
Yes.
cheese,
Gouda.
camembert cheese,
Camembert.
brie cheese. Yeah, that's it.
Brie cheese.
That's it.
Okay. That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, tell me, Veena, tell me about Roquefort. What did you find out about Roquefort cheese?
Roquefort, it's a creamy and an aromatic, complex and then intense with sharp and tangy cheese.
Is it a blue cheese or a regular cheese?
It's a blue vein cheese, I guess.
Blue vein cheese, correct? There are veins inside which are blue color. Very smelly, very difficult to eat unless you acquire a taste. Yeah. Country?
It's from France.
Okay, good. France.
Yes.
Next person, Supriya Pujari. Are you on? Can you put your mic on? Anjali Kumari. Umra.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any cheese you can tell me? Anyone?
Any, ma'am, Emmental?
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. It's come from Switzerland.
Swiss cheese.
It have large eyes.
It has.
Hole.
Has.
Yes, ma'am.
It has larger eyes. It's called eyes, but it has holes in it, large, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Then
It types of semi-hard cheese.
it's a semi-hard cheese. Yes, it's not hard like cheddar. It's a semi-hard cheese. Next person. Thank you. Kuldeep.
Ma'am, yesterday was absent, ma'am.
Okay, you are absent. Okay.
Yesterday,
Maithili.
ma'am.
Ma'am, I am also absent, ma'am, yesterday.
All were absent, and whom did I teach? Srihari. Please answer yes, no. Ashik Shah. Nimisha. Are you there, Nimisha? Can you hear me? You're online. Sahiti. Sandhya. Can somebody answer from this lot? Kesia. Veena seems to be the only one who wants to answer and the only one with a video on. Tell me, feta.
Feta cheese, it's from Greece.
Hmm?
It goes well with potatoes and pizza and used in sandwiches also.
And
If you
salads,
have,
please.
Yeah. It do have a tangy and salty profile and also
Correct.
slightly creamy in texture. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Gruyere, Umra. I can see Umra.
Ma'am,
Gruyere. Can you tell me about that?
ma'am, for what? Feta cheese.
No, Gruyere cheese. Or any other cheese. Mozzarella.
Ma'am, I'll say about mozzarella.
Ma'am, brie? Ma'am, brie?
Who's this? Sandhya is speaking. Sandhya, hold on. Yeah, okay, tell me about brie. Anyone. Choose anyone and tell me.
Ma'am, okay, ma'am. Brie cheese come from France
Okay.
and it is queen of cheese.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Types of soft cheese.
It's a soft cheese. So you have soft cheese, you have semi-hard
Yes, ma'am.
cheese, and you have a hard cheese. 3 categories. Cheddar is your hard cheese. Some
Yes, ma'am.
of us semi-soft cheese. What we eat in India, Amul cheese or Kraft cheese, they're all hard cheeses. Okay. Sandhya, yes. Tell me anyone.
Yes, ma'am, mozzarella cheese is from Italy.
Yes.
Its texture is semi-soft
Hmm.
and sometimes it is solid.
Mostly it is semi-soft. It's not. It's sticky. It's sticky and
Means,
generally used
it's in
on what?
solution.
What is it generally used for?
It's generally used on pizzas.
Not
Yes.
pizzas, pizzas. Say pizzas. Don't say pizzas. Pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah. Parmesan. Veena, tell me Parmesan.
Parmesan, it's an Italian cheese. It's actually hard cheese
Hmm.
made from unpastured cow's milk. It is commonly grated over pasta dishes and also
Yeah, it's
along
mostly
with-
used over pastas. Okay. So this Parmesan and mozzarella are the common cheeses that you get in India. Also the cheddar, which is Amul cheese or any other cheese that you get. The other ones are not easily available. They are in certain places, but not easily available. Could be very expensive because they're imported. Gouda, question 3. Have you done your work? Homework? Yes or no? Not answering. Okay, Meena, let's carry on. Gouda?
yeah, Gouda cheese is a semi-soft cheese.
Hmm.
It's from Netherlands.
Hmm.
Then best with sandwiches and crackers. Yeah,
You know what's crackers, right? Yeah.
yes.
Small
Yeah,
biscuit,
yeah.
like tasteless biscuits. Yeah. Camembert, Umra, you know camembert?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Courtney.
It come from France
Hmm.
and it is soft cheese,
Hmm.
mostly used in salad.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That leaves out. You finished all. Cheddar. You can continue. You can tell me cheddar.
Cheddar come from England.
England.
It most
UK.
famous. Yes, ma'am. It most famous cheese.
Hmm. It's the most famous cheese because everybody prefers that. It doesn't have a strong smell like your Amul cheese. That's a cheddar variety. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So everybody likes it. It's used over everything, vegetables, pizzas, everything. Okay. So this was your cheese. These are the basic cheeses that you should know about. Okay. Now we'll continue with the rest of the this, and then after the module is over, okay, I'll give you a 5 minutes break. Get your pens and papers and start writing. Very good, Veena. Good work. Umra, you too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
You can see pasta salads.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we stopped yesterday at, you can see, right? I had explained this bulgur wheat to you. It's broken wheat. Couscous also, I'll explain that it is pounded wheat or maize. And you have these different Moroccan style of rice and prawn salad, Swiss cheese, tomato salad. If I have to make a salad of Swiss cheese and tomato, what cheese should I use? Can anybody tell me? What cheese should I use? Swiss cheese and tomato salad. I gave you a list of cheeses yesterday. From that, which cheese would you choose? Come on, somebody answer me. Veena, answer. You.
Maybe that Gruyere because it's from Switzerland.
Yeah. Was Gruyere from Switzerland? Yeah. Emmental is also from Switzerland. So you can use any one of the Swiss cheeses. Okay. But simple answers, if other people don't want to answer, it's very sad. You have green salads, you have baby leaf salad. Salad leaves in the dish are accompanied by garlic, parsley, parmesan, croutons. Yesterday I showed you what is croutons. Parmesan cheese is there. In salads we can add all these things. Parsley is something like coriander, kothmir that we use. Baby leaf salads, we generally use in India only as salad leaves, but abroad you get a lot of different types of leaves. So for salad they can use any leaf. Again, they have baby greens, avocado, they use croutons made of chia butter bread. This bread I have to show you, so I'll just make a note. Chia butter bread. Cheese. Italian green salad with mozzarella, cheese, orange and avocado. You can utilize any abroad. They don't. When you say salad, it does not mean only cucumber and tomato and onions. It means they add nuts like walnuts, peanuts, cashew. They add cheeses. They add different things because they sometimes make a meal out of it. They add chicken, boiled meat, lamb, anything. They make a meal out of the salad. Once you eat a huge salad, you don't need to eat the meal at all. So, some salads are made out of pasta, like crab pasta salad or chicken pasta salad, different types of pasta. The Italian style tortellini salad is there. Tortellini is also one of these pastas which is made like a spiral. So, you can, they make a lot of, in Italy you will get a salad made out of tortellini or different kinds of pasta. Then you have Mediterranean pasta, then you have other things, some creamy sauces, you have mushroom pasta, chicken salad pasta. This is pasta niçoise. This is very famous in French. They have a niçoise sauce with it, and it's also, when we learn sauces, they will teach you how to make the niçoise sauce. These are the common ones. You have a large variety, but the common, very famous ones I'm trying to teach you. They also add red pepper, meaning capsicum, red color capsicum, and broccoli, red and yellow pepper you get in India, broccoli and artichokes. Now what is artichokes? I will be showing you later. It's a vegetable. We don't get it much here, but there it's pretty often you will see it in the salad. Tuna is basically tuna fish. We get it here also. I don't know the Hindi version for it, but it's a small fish. I can show it to you later. So tuna and pasta salad, they mix it with pasta. You have popular salads here. We'll be seeing the popular salads later. And the most popular salad abroad being Caesar salad. It has a lot of greens, it has tomatoes, it has croutons, and it has either prawns or chicken, depending. You could ask for it. If you want it minus the non-veg, you can get it minus. It's a huge meal, you can just eat it like a meal. So this was created in 1920 during Prohibition period in the US. According to some sources, the original recipe did not contain anchovies. Anchovy is a small, tiny fish that they put. I will be showing it to you later. Caprese salad. All these you need not study. What I'll only write down what you need to know. One, you need to know Caesar salad. You need to know coleslaw. Coleslaw is shredded cabbage and carrots with mayonnaise. This is very common. Even if you go to McDonald's, they give you sometimes coleslaw. They give you a small salad on the side. It's cabbage and this in mayo. That is called coleslaw. Coronation chicken also, you can just read this when you read your books. You won't be asked on it, but you should know what it is. Greek salad generally has a lot of olives because there is a lot of olives in Greece. Misua salad also is, but Russian is more famous. Russian salad is very popular all over Spain and served as a tapa or an appetizer with fresh crusty bread. In Spain, you have this small restaurant called tapas, Tapas. These restaurants serve you small bites like an appetizer. You don't get a full meal. You can have a drink and you can have small tapas, which are small appetizers, very tasty but small appetizers. Waldorf salad is also very famous in India. Waldorf salad will have walnuts and will have apple in it. So you have to remember only that part. Potato salad, again, basically potato salad is served all over Germany. Very famous there. It's potato, mayo and some herbs, potato, olive oil, vinegar. Then you get potato and beetroot, potato and dill. Dill is a common vegetable. I do not know the Hindi word for it is suwa, but I do not know the other word for it. In your language, I'll show it to you. So dill is very used in all the salads there for flavor. Potato and spicy salt sausage. Again, sausages, different sausages they put in your salads. Again, it's like a meal. Sun-dried tomatoes are small tomatoes that I showed you yesterday. It's a very small choco tomatoes which are put. They put a whole tomato. Watercress, I showed you the leaves yesterday. The watercress leaves. You can add pumpkin seeds added for chewing and making it crispy. Potato with tuna, potato with peas and walnut, tarragon potato salad. Tarragon is a herb. I showed it to you. I told you all yesterday, and again I will show it to you today. Then you have pulses, like your what you eat at home, like moong and chana and all that. Those are pulses. So balancing bean salad. These are different types of beans that they could put. They could put kidney beans, means like rajma, chickpeas, which is chole. They could put other lentils, whatever depends. Generally, chickpeas and kidney beans are the common ones. So chickpea salad with mint and yogurt dressing. Yogurt means curd. Mint is over here, right? So again, this is 4-bean salad. You have green lentil, that is moong, and ginger salad, kidney bean, avocado, red kidney. All these are salads. You can add anything. You can add fish. You can add meat. It is not only vegetarian. So this is bean sprout and celery and apple. They add fruits as well to the salad. You get beetroot, spinach, beetroot, watercress, strawberry, fennel, which I told you yesterday was soft, multicolored salad. Panzanella. This salad recipe is traditionally dish from Tuscany in Italy. Baked ciabatta bread, absorbs tomato, oil, vinegar, and is flavored with onions and garlic. So the salad has all these things. You have sweet pepper salad. Then you come to sandwiches. Sandwiches are different styles. Normally we have just a normal sandwich or a club sandwich, which you all know about. These are different type of sandwiches you can read, like Orge's sandwich. This is known as a French sandwich. also known as French dip sandwiches or roast beef. A sandwich made from a roll with roast and cuts of beef, thinly sliced beef. So this is served with some beef broth, French onion soup, butter, beer, whatever. Bacon sandwich, you know what's a bacon, so I won't go into that. You have this sandwich, which is pronounced as Bologna in Italy, and it comes from Italy. That is a city called Bologna. Bologna, that's how they pronounce it, but the Americans pronounce it as bologna. Bologna sandwich. It is most popularly pronounced as bologna sandwich, made of bologna is meat and yellow mustard. You have BLT sandwich again, which is bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes. This is a very common sandwich which you find there. Butty sandwich. This is referred to in UK and New Zealand. It comes with chips, and sauce, tomato, ketchup, brown. That's why it's called a chip butty sandwich. You have crisp sandwiches. You have cucumber sandwich. We all know. You have Cuban sandwich. This is very famous again. Cuban sandwich, ham and cheese. It will have ham and cheese created by Cuban workers either in Cuba or immigrant minority. Dagwood sandwich, again meat, cheeses and other condiments. You can just read about it. You are not going to be asked some details in this. You have fluffernutter sandwich, again with peanut butter and marshmallow cream, which should be sweetish. Peanut butter is generally sweet, so it should be sweetish. You have grilled cheese sandwich, which we in India have, but we add chilies and chutney to it, which is not done there. There you will only get cheese and you will get tomatoes. Burger, hamburger, we also know. Abroad, when you ask for a hamburger, it means beef burger. It does not mean mutton burger. So if you ask for a burger, you will only get beef burger. If you want a chicken burger, you'll ask for a chicken burger or a vegetarian burger, which is very difficult, but you will get it. Hot dog. You must be knowing what's a hot dog. Still, I'll show you. It's a long bread, soft bread, and they put a sausage in it with mustard and ketchup. Milk sandwich is again bread, some sort of filling with layer of cheese, Monte Cristo, ham, turkey, Swiss cheese. All these, peanut butter and jelly is very common for small children. They eat that. The peanut butter and jelly sandwich is also known as a peanut butter and jam sandwich in UK, Canada and Australia. A lot of children want only this. So most of the airlines cater for this, the hotel caters for this. Muffletta is loaf, it's a typical type of bread. Again, it has salami, emmental, all cheeses, different cheeses together. You need not study, you need to study the important ones. Ploughman sandwich, bread, Swiss cheddar, cheese, lettuce, iceberg. Iceberg, remind me to show you, iceberg lettuce. You have po' boy, it's pronounced as poor boy. Po' boy and traditional submarine sandwich. Submarine sandwiches are long sandwiches with lot of meat and seafood, and it's like your, what do you get in Subway, something like Subway sandwich. Reuben sandwich, again, sloppy Joe, you can just read. Submarine sandwich is again a long sandwich. You can read. Tea sandwich is a small one to have with tea time. So with that, we finish the food course and we'll take a 5 minutes break, and we will get your pens and papers, and I will write and also show you. I'll show you the items. Just wait for 5 minutes, then take a break. I'll show you something else. This is your Emmental cheese. When you said they have large eyes, these are the eyes, they have holes in it during fermentation. It's a particular type of cheese. This is Gouda cheese. It comes like this, and it has a coating on top. You have to tear the coating. It's red color generally. You have to tear it and eat it. Also remember, when you cut the cheese, there's a particular way of cutting it. You cannot cut it any way. You have to cut it in wedges like this, like it's cut like this. Your knife should go this way, like a cake. When you cut a cake, same way, it should go that way. So that's your Gouda cheese. Then comes brie, very soft cheese. When you cut it, it melts. So that is the soft cheese brie. It has a hard covering, whitish covering, and it melts. It's very, very soft, breaks while cutting. Again, you cut it in the same way, but it breaks while cutting. Feta cheese is crumbly, like this, it crumbles, and it is used in salad made out of goat's milk. Then I'll show you one of the blue cheeses. This is blue cheese. They inject it with penicillin, and it has a very strong flavor, very, very strong smelly cheese it is. Very difficult to eat unless you acquire a taste for it. All the blue cheeses are very smelly. Gruyere cheese looks like this, hard covering, again, small eyes. Finished with mozzarella. You know what mozzarella looks like because you all eat pizzas. So it is generally like this. Like this. You grate it. It's soft. It comes like this round. You grate it, and then when you cook it, it becomes sticky. Parmesan, you get it in a bottle, or it crumbs. You put it over your salads, meats, everything. You can just sprinkle it over the salads. This is your cheeses, which I explained to you. Next is what goes into salad is hearty. This is artichokes. This is what goes in your salads. It's difficult to get here, but abroad they put a lot of it in salads. This is artichokes. Dill leaves we get in India, again used in salads. This is the vegetable. I'm sure your mothers must have brought it sometime. It's called suwa in Hindi. I do not know the other names. Thyme, a typical herb for the pizzas. Again, this is thyme. Italian food doesn't go without thyme and basil. Basil is something looks like tulsi, but it is from the same family, but it is not tulsi. But it's from the same family. They put this, and basil and thyme has to go in Italian cooking. Tarragon leaves, again, these are tarragon leaves, used again for flavoring. Anchovy is a fish which is used in the salads. It's cooked, just boiled and put. This is the fish. I do not know the name in Hindi, so anchovies. Chia butter, very famous bread, chia butter bread. is this bread. It's very hard on the outside, comes long like this, very hard on the outside, and inside very soft. It's Italian, typical Italian bread, pronounced as ciabatta, not ciabatta. Then the next one, this you have seen in the market, red peppers. They are seen in the market. Same you get, these are called red peppers and not capsicums. Abroad it's called red peppers, and you have yellow peppers. Same. So you have yellow, green and red. These are called peppers. There are many types of lettuce. You will probably get these all are lettuce leaves. We have only one type, but abroad when you get lot of them. You can just open and see. You have kale, very famous leaves. You have cabbage. You have chard. You have arugula, very frequently used. These are a little bitter to the taste. You have baby spinach. You have different watercress, pollards. This is iceberg lettuce. This is iceberg lettuce. It comes like this you get in India. Iceberg lettuce comes like a ball and very soft, This is available in India. This is the most common one. Spanish tapas is like this. Small bites. Very small bites they give you. They don't give such a huge meal. They give, this may be for 3-4 people. Generally, they just give you 1 or 2 bites in every dish. This is how the tapas is served. Small bites of small things. So no main meal. You just eat this. Again, very tasty. Most of their things are tasty. So this is the last one I'll show you before we take a break. Hot dog, sausage with bread, mustard and ketchup. You can have fillings if you like. You can add onions, tomatoes, whatever you like, but generally the only hot dog is this one. This is the typical hot dog. So I have shown you most of it. What I needed to show you. Take a break and we'll come back at it's 14:52. Let's meet at 1500. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. A fine quality of coffee that takes its name from Yemeni town of Mocha. It's pronounced as Mocha, not Mocha. You know what is this also? Muffins, small cakes. Next, fruit of the olive tree. Fruit of the olive tree. paprika, paprika, powdered red variety of capsicum, powdered red variety of capsicum, quiche. You get a lot of it here. Quiche, right? And this is the definition of quiche: an open faced tart. An open faced tart. Quiche is very famous, so rasher, a thin slice of bacon. Salami next. Salami, sausage specialty of Italy. Shallots, small red onions, the ones you get small ones in Kerala, those small red onions that you use in sambar and all that, it's called shallots. Next time use the right word. Spinach, you all know is palak. Spinach you all know is palak. Spaghetti, very famous Italian pasta. Sushi, Japanese snack. There are two famous fish which are served in in all over Europe. One is cod and the other is trout. Mostly you will get only this fish. So these both fish, either it has to be trout or cod. So write fish, freshwater fish. Next fish is tuna also for sandwiches. Tuna is from the mackerel family. Next is, please write this, veal. I'll give you the definition. This is the definition of veal, but it is not served in India. It is banned in India. Not served anywhere in India. It's a meat of unweaned calf, means a calf which is only on its mother's milk and hasn't eaten any fodder. So it's a very young, tender cow. The meat of that is called veal, pronounced as veal. And the last, venison, is meat of bear. Venison means meat of bear. Z. The last one, zucchini, is a vegetable mostly eaten in Europe. It's a long You get dudhi here, no? Somewhat similar, but it's a long vegetable. So just write long vegetable and we will see, we'll have a look at it. So these are some of the important ones that you should know. You can see my screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll show you what everything looks like. Asparagus. This is asparagus. They're long stalks. Like this. It's eaten but some people love it and serves as an accompaniment. Okay. So this is asparagus. Then aspic, jelly. It is put on meats to preserve and preserve it. It's a jelly-like thing. Here, can you see this jelly-like thing? That's an aspic. Here, we put it all over the meat and keep it to preserve, and they eat it also. You have juniper berries. This is what alcohol gin is made out of. It's also used as an accompaniment in salads, but mostly it's used for making gin. Brussels sprouts. This is what the Brussels sprouts looks like. That small cabbages, green color. They eat it as an accompaniment or meat dish. It is just boiled salt and pepper, nothing else. No vegetable is made out. So this is how it's eaten. These are small cabbages. We don't see them in India, but they're very often in your meals. There will be. Capers. These are capers, looks like chana, but they have a peculiar flavor. They are flavored, sometimes they're put in meat, sometimes they're put in salads. So this is your capers. Next comes gherkin. Not a gherkin is eaten, it's like a cucumber, but its taste is different. It has these dots like this on it. Your gherkin. Horseradish, like this. Looks like mooli. It's not exactly mooli. It is from the same family. Again, very strong flavor, very spicy and strong flavor. We just use it a little bit to taste like an accompaniment. If the person likes a bit of spice, then he uses this instead of chili to use. Eat a little bit of this. Looks same like mooli though. So this is your horseradish. I've shown you most of the things. Your cheese also I've shown you. Next, hold on a minute. Okay. Write down some definitions. Normal sequence of meals. Number 1. If I give you this, I'm not sure. Please let me know, Veena. Continental breakfast. If you have it, please let me know. Continental breakfast or breakfast.
Ma'am, I think.
I've given?
Yes, ma'am. It's like continental breakfast, and the second one is regular and American breakfast.
Then?
Then about continental breakfast. First one is juice. Second
Okay,
one
I've given you what goes in the continental breakfast and the normal breakfast, right? Now this is your sequence of how it goes. So write this. Number 1, continental breakfast or breakfast. Number 2, in the airline, it is the same thing. This is how it is served. Mid-morning snacks. Number 3, lunch. Number 4, mid-afternoon snacks. I had given you tea, coffee, garni, collation, right? It goes in that. I had given you the breakup of tea, coffee, garni, collation. Do you have it, Veena?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So mid-afternoon snack, in that it goes. You can put a bracket after mid-afternoon snack and write tea/coffee, garni or collation. You can write that. You can write this after mid-afternoon snacks. Number 5, dinner. Number 6, supper. This is how it goes. Next you have definition of canapes. Canapes are appetizers which are served with drinks. Canapes are appetizers which are served with drinks. They are supposed to stimulate the appetite.
Ma'am, can you repeat one?
Yeah. Canapes are appetizers. What is the spelling of appetizers? Canapes are appetizers which are served with drinks. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did I give you the odors definition? Odors definition did I give you? Okay, write odors, write the definition. Small, savory items usually served as an appetizer at the beginning of a meal. Small savory items usually served as an appetizer at the beginning of the meal is the definition for hors d'oeuvres. Common breads. I'm only going to give you the name. Your homework is to Google and find out about this bread. I'll ask you now. And I don't want only Veena and Umra to answer me, I want the others as well. If you don't answer, I'm going to complain to sir.
Ma'am, can you again spell it, ma'am?
Sorry?
Ma'am, can you again spell it, ma'am? The word which you said?
Odors.
Okay.
See the cursor, see my cursor. This is the spelling. Odors. You will pronounce it as O-doves. Here, the spelling is this. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm going to give you 5 types of breads. That's number 1. I'm not going to explain tomorrow. I want you to find out about it. Number 2. Number 3, dinner roll. Number 4, number 5, very, very common, so you must know, you're on the hotel line or in the airline, both, you have to know this. Are you writing it down or no? Tomorrow,
Yes, ma'am, right.
yeah, I want everybody to write. It's 8 breads that you should know. Have a look at them, find out which country they come from, how it is made, what it looks like. So I'll read it out to you and tell you the pronunciation. Number 1 is brioche. Number 2 is croissant. It's not croissant, it's croissant. Dinner roll, breadstick, Melba toast, French bread, brown bread, and pumpernickel bread. So all these 8 are very famous. You have to find them.
Ma'am, can you please pronounce the second one again?
Okay. Brioche is number 1. Croissant. There is no T there. Croissant. It's a French bread, croissant.
Okay, ma'am.
Dinner roll, breadsticks, Melba toast, French bread, brown bread, pumpernickel bread. These are the famous breads that you will study in the airline. If you go to any airline, and even if you go to the hotel line, this will be one of your studies. So have a look at it now and we'll. This is not just in your syllabus, I'm giving you as an extra thing because you will need it anyway. Next, it's going to be part of your curriculum whether you are in the hotel line or. Okay, classification, write down this also please. Next heading. Wines may be classified under 4 main headings. We won't go into detail, but I'll give you only the basics. So 4 types of wines we have: natural wines, sparkling wines, fortified wines means strong wines, and aromatized wines means different flavors. We're having different aromas. So these are, if we are going to do wines in details, then I will go into details further. Right now for you, classification of wines, 4 types of wines, write it down please. Add this, white wines, White wines are always served chilled or cold. And red wines are always served at room temperature. They are never served chilled. You have to remember that. Wines should always be served in wine glasses, not in highball or big glasses. Cocktails are mixed drinks without alcohol, and cocktails are mixed drinks with alcohol. You can write alcoholic mixed drinks, or you can write mixed drinks with alcohol. So easier for you to understand. You have to know the difference between liquor and liqueur. This is pronounced as liqueur. This is pronounced as liquor. So liquor is what, like beer, whiskey, whatever you drink before the meals. Liqueur is all the drinks which are flavored with, say, orange or coffee flavor, orange flavor, mint flavor. All these are separate. So they have to be had after your drinks, after your meals are over. It's just like appetizing, settling down, for the food to settle down. Okay. Do you know what wine is made from? Anybody knows what wine is made from?
Fruit grains.
See, rice is made even, wine is made even from rice, even from grains. But the main wine is basically made from grapes.
Grapes.
Yes, grapes only. White wine is made from green grapes. Red wine is made from red grapes. The black color grapes leave it for fermentation, and they leave a color which gives us the red color. The green grapes, those do not have a color. They are used for white wines. So those are two different ones. Champagne is also made from grapes. Remember that. You don't need to go into, and the best and the most popular wines come from Italy, France, Italy and Germany. Remember that. All the best of wines come from France, Italy and Germany. France is the first leading country for wine. Okay. That I have given you most of the extra information that I can, and we have time at the end, I can give you some more notes which will come handy for you. Because in the airline, in the hotel line, you have to know your food and you have to know your drinks. You don't have to go into details, but basic things you have to know. If customer asks you, okay, I need a Russian salad, you cannot say what is it in Russian salad. Imagine, you have to know the ingredients that go in that. So basic, when you're handling food, you have to know that. It will come to you easy after a certain time, and then when you are taken as a trainee, either for the airline or the hotel line, they teach you everything, they'll show you everything, and after that you have to continue. But knowledge is always good, so you have to know. You don't look lost, then you know what it is. Even wines, you have to learn your wines as well. When you serve a wine, you have to understand from which place it is, what country, which year it was bottled, which house bottles it. There are houses which have these great, huge grape vineyards. They are houses, and I'll show it to you tomorrow. The houses, how the wine is made, and you have to know everything about it, how it is made, how the champagne is made, how it is stored, how many years it is stored. Then only you will understand the wine. So if we have time next time, remind me and I'll show you the wine culture. Till then, we'll wind up here. Till tomorrow. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So your homework is only the breads. Find out about the breads and come. And I don't want only Umra and Veena to answer me. They are very good, I know. But I want the others also to answer me, please. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to complain to Fazil sir and I'm going to inform him that none of you are even answering. You don't want to put your videos, fine. At least you can put your audio and answer. Okay? Any questions? All okay today? Any doubts?
No.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.